This is probably one of the most overwhelming votes I think I've ever seen. But still, every vote counts. Get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Looks like the Dogs of War have won. I mean, we're going to join at some point, so should it be on Germany's whim or should it be on ours? Save Blue Cyclops' country. I mean, chat seems to be in favour of that intervention. It'll be another walk in the park. Yeah, it'll be over by Christmas. If we intervene, it'll be over by Christmas. So, no, Make Germany Work has gotten only 24% of the vote, but a whopping 76% of you are saying, yes, it is our duty. Alright then. You have made it clear what we should do.
Attention. Gardez vos rangs.
So Bankert is going to move up. Not there. There.
Écoutez.
What? What on earth is that? Oh. Alright, whatever.
Gardez vos rangs.
And the tanks are going to need to come in really quickly. Go. In fact, let's have you both attack here, just to pin them in Luxembourg until we can get forces here to defend. That'll do. Wunderbar! Ah, Navy. Right. Yes. Time to get involved. So you are going to be on strike force in the English Channel. You are going to be on strike force in the Western Mediterranean. Oh, and also the Bay of Biscay. You and you are going to be reconning here and here. You are going to be reconning in here. Mine layers, we're going to mine the living daylights out of the Western Mediterranean. These are the submarines, which we never did actually get sorted. I'm actually tempted to save the submarines for now. Nah. And yes, we'll need to assign officers too. 2 more light cruisers. I think I'm going to assign 1 to you and 1 to you. Alright, let's get some admirals. Francois Darlan is bold, less likely to retreat, better positioning. I think Darlan is going to be in charge of the main strike fleet then, which is this one. Actually, let's take a look at what each of these can actually do. Jean-Marie Charles Abrial, Chief Engineer, Superior Tactician. Jean-Pierre Esteva is actually Aviation Enthusiast. That's not going to be very useful though, we have 1 carrier. And Darlan overall is just better. René-Emile Godefroy is a spotter. Enemy ships are also more likely to run away, so I think he's going to be our recon expert. And we have another aviation enthusiast with a retreat decision chance reduction. I mean, we're allied to Britain, so retreating shouldn't be an issue. Then I guess the submarines are going to get the positioning. Or we could recruit a new commander for the sub-commander. No. Chance of receiving critical hits is what torpedoes do. The one who's going to be fighting torpedoes the most is the convoy escort. Admirals is going to be our convoy escort. Which means that Mr. Aviation Expert is going to be the submariner. Yeah, that seems appropriate. Sure. We'll do that. And then we kiss goodbye to our oil supplies. Bye-bye oil supplies. Lend-lease from the UK, I will absolutely accept, although we should be kind of concerned about that. The other thing I want to do is all of you can now auto-split off and repair. I don't want you guys repairing. I want you lot avoiding combat. I want you lot avoiding combat. Low risk. Low risk. Okay. That's the Navy sorted. So our Alpine forces seem to be doing okay. Brits are down here to support us. We're holding on to Belgium okay. I think half of you I'm going to put here. Just in case. Sweden's lend-lease. That's interesting. First encounter. We killed a bunch of stuff. Cool. Yeah, there's loads of battles going on. Oh, of course, we're going to be cutting off supply to the Italians. Which also reminds me that we do need to do this. So we're going to need a new commander.
Aye.
Who is an inflexible strategist. You are going to be a perfect field marshal.
Aye.
Especially for the colonials.
Aux ordres.
Let's see what we can do about Libya. USSR occupies eastern Poland. Soviet troops have occupied eastern Poland officially for the purpose of protecting Belarusian and Ukrainian minorities from the chaos that followed the collapse of the Polish government. German forces are withdrawn from these areas in good order, resulting in Poland's effective partitioning between the two powers. How are we doing with the old intel? 2 more days until our infiltrate army operation is done. Oh, they actually managed to push in. Wow. What a time to fall ill. Just rotating those 2 generals around in that place. And there it is. The Netherlands has joined.
Écoutez.
See if we can hold this defensive line in time for the Dutch to break the dikes open.
Attention.
And anyone who is attacking here, stop. Okay, they're Belgian troops counter-attacking. Are we able to pierce their armor? Nope. Even my infantry divisions who do have piercing attacks now. I think it's just the fact that we don't have enough AT. Oh, mission completed. The team had no trouble getting into the country and deftly avoided the tail enemy counterintelligence put on them. Our agent successfully convinced a soldier on active duty to work with us in return for a significant sum of money. Our team has blended in with the local civilians and is currently making plans to either make their way back to our lines, or stay in the area for further assignments. Alright, good stuff. So these two are now available. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to continue building intel networks against the Germans. Like so. The Dutch are actually holding up here. Go Holland! Meanwhile, we are doing some serious damage to their convoys, because they are trying to support this. Plus they do have Ethiopia. And from experience, Italy really hits Ethiopia hard. Like, I really struggled to contain this when I was playing. I even dedicated a fairly large army to it by my standards. I still lost. Esteva was the Seawolf back in the day. Which one was Esteva? Oh, this guy. Oh, so our aviation enthusiast was apparently actually a submarine commander. Really? You do have those cruiser subs. I have precisely one cruiser sub. You start with one and that's it. How's spying going in Germany? Can we see more interesting stuff now? Good question. Probably is the answer. Yes. We can see that they have loads and loads of divisions because it's the AI and the AI is going to AI. They have 1 million manpower in active duty. They have about 120 divisions, I would say. And we can also see which specialists they have. So Guderian is giving armor max speed and land doctrine research speed. They have Porsche, which is giving armor and hard attack. That's interesting. So they're going to be very good anti-tank. Extra organization, which means they'll stay in the fight longer, especially if they've gone mobile warfare. Which we can't see yet, but we should be able to later. Infantry expert, better attack and defense, especially defense. Rommel, better armor, attack and defense, unsurprisingly. And then Fritsch, who is attrition reduction. So trying to inflict attrition on them isn't going to work as well as you may hope. And here seems... Ah, here we go. Could have sworn this is where it used to say screening efficiency. Your 40 screening ships can effectively screen for 10 ships. It's still 4 to 1. That hasn't changed. So whoever was saying that it's now 3 to 1, it's not true. It's still 4 to 1. Dutch is the Netherlands fam. Huh? Debax, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And Chairwells, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Okay, now the German attacks on Belgium are becoming a little bit more serious. I was a little bit baffled why their attacks here were so non-committal. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to move off some of the Maginot forces and add them to Bunker.
Pareil. Écoutez. Écoutez.
And there's the passive defense, so our intel is getting stronger. We now have level 3. Activity level low, little to no subversive activity, little to no subversive activity. So it looks like we are okay. We have 100 political power, so we could do this, but we're at 100% war support. So I don't think we need to worry about that. Stability is another matter, however. Right, and this is how we can choose where we want to recruit. So we can recruit specifically in one of these countries. And doesn't think it actually costs anything. We can just do it. And we can click on basically any country. So who are we trying to spy on the most? It's gonna be Germany, isn't it? So we're going to focus on recruitment from Germany. We can also open up new sections so we can recruit in all of these other areas. I mean, yeah, we have a person in Spain, but I don't think we need to necessarily have someone who is Spanish, who gets bonuses against the Spanish. We're doing Spain if we have spare capacity, effectively. I don't think I can really afford to do any of these. No, I need to play... Oh, you know what? I'm not on war economy yet, so we need to save up for that. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Okay. Mine's reduced. I shouldn't have. Oh boy, we're actually getting overrun.
Tirs ennemis. Aux ordres.
Hold!
Attention.
Hold! I mean, we're doing damage to the Germans and the Italians. I've actually done more than the Brits against the Germans. And we're holding the Italians with very little effort. To the extent where I can probably move some of these guys up here. I think I'm going to have to.
Gardez vos rangs.
Alright, we'll leave one of them
Aux
there.
ordres.
Because I noticed that there are British... Whoops. Okay, that's fine. Netherlands have cancelled Lend-Lease. Did you follow on from the 4 videos on YouTube or restart? Nope, this is continuation. I'm concerned with what the Soviets will try in the future. When can we... I think we need to get you to 100% and then we're basically going to switch you to boost ideology. Yes, that should be good. Meanwhile, naval battles continue on down here. So we are kind of thrashing the Italians at sea. Not really surprising. Oh yeah, that was another thing that happened when I was playing my UK game. When France fell, I did Operation Catapult, and the Navy actually agreed. I got the entire French Navy as well as the Royal Navy. It was quite nice. Oh boy, that's a breakthrough. See, the reason the Germans are so good at attacking right now is they may well have broken our ciphers. Which is a good point. We don't actually have a cryptology department yet. And we probably should, just so we can start doing some. Let's do that while we have the factories. They've broken through at Sedan. Nothing bad ever happened at Sedan. It's fine. Oh, I lost some subs. Curses. So how is Italy doing for Navy right now? We can actually see basically their entire naval stuff. We can see where their convoys are. Oh, this is one of the cool things about it. If you get your stuff up high enough, you can see where their convoys are going, and you can also see where they've like blocked. Like, they've really upgraded the intel in this. It's so good. And we can see what their ships are. We can't click on them yet. I think once we get higher intel, we can actually click on them and see what they're kitted out with. But yeah, they've only got 2 capital ships left. 2 battleships, 8 heavy carriers. They've lost all of their... Do they have any aircraft carriers? I think they... No. But they're down to just 2 battleships. That's huge. They still have a fair number of destroyers, and they have a lot of submarines. So from this, we can probably say, we probably need more destroyers of our own. They've actually got quite a few Sirena class. Modern. Air Force, can't really see much about that. Army, we can see how many of each type of template they have. How's this compared to what we know about Germany? Yeah, we have even more accurate reports on the Germans. We don't know anything about the German Navy. And then their industry. And again, we can see where everything's being built. So they are investing fairly heavily in synthetic fuel. For some reason. Can't imagine why. Mordred thrashing other navies. Oh, I'm pretty sure that's the Royal Navy doing that. Remember, I joined this war super late. How's Trident doing? Good question. Holding. Like, they're losing their coastline, but I've seen them do way worse than this, especially in 39. Oh dear. Northern Holland is about to fall. Amsterdam is holding for the time being. Yeah, we are being pushed very hard in Belgium at the moment. Missing 1 infantry equipment. I think we'll be okay. Ah, now we're working on the what are they called? Refits. Alright, that's good. Agent killed! Call sign Slinky. It appears that Marie Castelnau, one of the agents deployed in the German Reich, has made the ultimate sacrifice and died in the line of duty. Reports from the German sources are naturally sparse, but it appears that Marie de Castelnau was being tracked by German counterintelligence. It seems likely that she was about to be captured and either chose death to avoid giving out vital information under interrogation, or was killed by the German agents while resisting arrest. A hero. Alright, so 30 days I assume, then we can recruit another. Yeah. Never actually lost an agent before. It's the first time. Even when I was using 10 different operatives as the UK, didn't lose a single one. And the UK really is like a puppet master when it comes to espionage. You could do so much. Don't let them get into Bruges. Well, unfortunately, I have a feeling that that's probably going to happen. And you guys are now completely cut off. So, I think that the Netherlands is pretty much a lost cause, so we're going to move here. We're going to try and get to Rotterdam quickly as we can. As long as we have troops here, we'll hold it when the Netherlands falls. Though Amsterdam still hasn't fallen. It's probably safe to have you guys move over here. As the Belgians here in the Netherlands will keep holding even if the Dutch do capitulate. Let's do move to Rotterdam. You guys already are.
Attention. Écoutez.
Here comes the attack. Alright, and we're off. So all of our troops managed to escape. Let's have you rejoin that line. Let's have you guys rejoin that line.
Gardez vos rangs.
What's the Air Force doing right now? Not a whole lot. Are we able to get any more aircraft? No, not really. Alright then, carry on.
C'est parti.
There's more fuel refining, so we're getting a little bit more fuel efficient. It is December 39. I'm going to wait until 1940. Is the Ardennes holding okay? Since Sedan fell, yes. Sweden's cancelled their Lend-Lease. No, Sweden! He got away. Good. So we didn't lose any of our forces defending the Netherlands, and we are still holding somewhat firm in Belgium, although Brussels just fell. Oh, we're losing here.
Pareil.
Take you there. Belgium has capitulated before the Netherlands. Wow. Hubert Pirlo has announced that the Belgian nation could no longer withstand the pressure from the occupying German forces, committing travesties throughout the country. The Belgian government has gone into exile. The main forces have capitulated, and the German Reich is now in control of their home area. Meanwhile, we can start investing in the colonies, and I think we probably should. Let's go and invest in West Africa. A vast reserve of workers and resources in Western Africa make it a perfect candidate for investment. Do it. Do it now. Right, there is apparently one soldier who's not assigned to this front line. So I'm going to cancel your front. I'm going to draw a new one. That was not it. Damn it! How about we do that and then just expand you out to here? There we go. That worked. Let me take this as well. Because the Dutch are still holding out, somehow. Oh boy! Apparently the Italians suddenly got determined. And I don't really have the forces to support that, considering the pressure we're taking up here in the north. Both of my spies are in... Oh no, one's in Spain. I think I want to leave it like that. So remember, we do have 3 spies now. Okay, so we have a cryptology department. I think it's probably wise for us to start decrypting German ciphers. Once decryption process is initiated, it will take 480 days to fully decrypt the cipher, given our current decryption speed and other active decryptions. Once we have decrypted it, we get plus 5% air detection, plus 25% interception mission efficiency, so we become really, really good at stopping bombers. Decrypted civilian cipher bonus plus 10%. So you get 10% bonus to civilian, navy, army and air force intel. And then you can press the reveal intel, which gives you a minus 15 invasion penalty, plus 50% planning speed, plus 15% defense bonus against the country, plus 50% invasion preparation speed, plus 15 breakthrough, and then a plus 50% bonus to all intel. However, you then lose your decryption after 30 days. Whoa dear. Okay, they're in. So let's have the tanks moving south to go and close this gap. We'll leave the infantry in the north. Netherlands has capitulated. Dirk van der Geer has announced that the Dutch nation could no longer withstand the pressure from the occupying German forces committing travesties throughout the country. Tanks, where are the bloody tanks? They're on their way. They're moving.
Pareil.
Main man himself, de Gaulle's on the way. Hunting of... What is it with the Africa Corps? Constantly falling ill. Stop that.
Pareil.
But then again, you guys have done a pretty good job, so I'm not going to complain too loudly.
Attention.
So how's the recruitment coming along? Okay, the colonial troops are almost recruited and ready. Good, good. Charleroi is getting hit pretty hard. It looks like we have contained this breakthrough for the time being. We are still fighting bitterly in the Alps. Keep clicking on the science and keep going. I need to do science. Oh no, no I don't. I need to do science. No, no I don't. What are we constructing right now? We are still doing military factories. That's good. Although they are starting to threaten our northern industrial region. War economy, thank you. I really wish this icon would light up, because I always forget economy, because it doesn't light up like everything else. Because it's really unlikely you're going to want to go backwards during wartime. This is just a linear scale, just like it is with manpower. Oh, and this is another thing I do like, is they've actually made this into a linear scale. So you can see the increasing effects rather than just having it as a block of icons. So let's go for the war economy. Don't think I want total mobilization. Although we probably could have. Nah. Okay, Kortrijk is starting to get hit pretty hard. Some British soldiers moved in to defend that. Aha, we can get another agent. So we can start getting some German agents now. Or a Slovakian agent. So Elsa Foch is a... Oh no, she's French. We have a tough German. Or a German seducer, Otto Hafner. I think we're going to take the seducer. I think seducer is probably the strongest ability. And then Fafner is going to start spying on us in Brandenburg. German interest in Scandinavia. German rhetoric has intensified towards the northern countries in recent weeks. The message is clear. Denmark and Norway must in no way, whether by opposition or inaction, hamper German ambitions. Denmark's joined the Allies. Germany declared war on Denmark. Keep on clicking on research. Stop that. Norway's joined the Allies. Germany declares war on Norway. So some of their pressure here is going to be relieved because they're dealing with Scandinavia. They are still pushing us pretty hard. But we are inflicting casualties. We're making them pay for every step that they take. And the Allies have not actually lost that much in comparison. So far. Hey Tom Michael. Annecy is going to fall soon, but then they have the river crossing there, which will be a pain. I have a feeling it's actually going to be Italy that does the damage, not Germany. Because we have a lot of troops assigned to the north.
Visez bien.
Have you guys finished here in Africa? You basically have. Yes.
Pareil.
And Britain seems to have a pretty good hold on Ethiopia as well, actually. That's good to see. January. Now I can do technology. 1940, we're going to lead with the research, because of course we are. Are we going to fall back to France if things go back? If things go bad? Fall back to France? We're already in France. We have already fallen back to France. I meant Africa. Yes, probably. I mean, the intention here was always to do the...
Allez, on se bouge.
Oops, why not retreating? Thank you. Free France, which is the Africa, basically. Okay, it looks like our tanks have now done their job up there, so we're going to shift you north. Because this terrain down here is a lot nastier to fight in than it is up here. And yeah, here come the Italians. But we are making them pay. We are making them pay heavily. Although the UK has still inflicted more casualties against the Italians. Oh, it's because of Africa. And the troops probably trying to cross. Yeah, we've got a pretty solid grasp on the Mediterranean, I would say. Denmark has capitulated. Thorvald Stauning has announced the Danish nation can no longer withstand the pressure from the occupying German forces. And this is now a liability.
Écoutez.
Pull back.
Arrêt.
Iceland takes control of their foreign affairs. With the capitulation of its union partner Denmark, the Icelandic parliament has taken control of its own foreign affairs, and in so doing has essentially become a fully independent nation. The newly elected provisional governor has already proclaimed Icelandic neutrality in the current conflict, despite the invasion of its parent nation. We seem to be holding them, kind of, again. January 1940. How are we doing on the intel side? We're getting quite a lot of intel, to the extent where we could probably do another operation. Now, here's one thing which I will critique this game about. This operations menu becomes ridiculously long, especially if you're playing a nation with multiple spies. It would be really nice if you could list this by country. So, for example, have a drop-down which is just Germany and then just Italy. And then you can basically expand the folder of the country you want to hit. Am I using anti-tank in the divisions? Yes, I am. So we have infiltrated the army already. We could start trying to do some resistance contacts. Oh, you know what we should do? We should steal their medium tank blueprints. We're going to start stealing some military blueprints. This is going to require all three of our people. And it will cost us 3 civilian factories. I think this is entirely reasonable, though. Agents will infiltrate across a neutral border. Border guards in the area are expected to be less alert, and we have already identified a number of areas where border patrols are very infrequent. Our agents will offer a substantial sum to an engineer involved in the project. Our agents will escape by crossing the border at night in a remote location. Local guides are standing by to assist in the navigating of the treacherous area. So one other thing I should mention is you will remember that we infiltrated their army. That effectively gives us an asset in that country. You can then spend that asset to do more difficult operations, and you can tell what assets are required and what assets are generated by these icons. So if it has the icon next to the requirements, for example here, the military blueprints, that requires our military asset, which we will then lose. We then need to re-infiltrate the army afterwards. Likewise, it shows us here, infiltrate navy gives us a naval asset, which we can then use later on to do a more advanced operation. So we are using our asset here to go for... Oops, yeah, I don't think it really matters which order we do them in. To go for a technology. I don't think we can choose what technology. Sometimes you can select a target. Like if you're doing a resistance, you need to choose where you're targeting the resistance. But we don't have that option. We should also have a pretty good amount of intel on Germany now. 86% army. So that army asset is actually going to be giving us a lot of information here. Plus we're getting 30% from just land combat. Intel networks giving us 17%, 12% from the operations. That's the army intel. So you get 12% from that. Which is giving us a huge amount of information. So we know precisely how many divisions they are fielding of each type. We still can't click on the templates, which is annoying. We can see their stockpiles. So we can see exactly what they have a lot of. Can we see what they're short on? Well, I would assume anything with 0 is what they're short on. It's annoying that this is listed on precise units rather than just of that type, but okay. They're using 95% of their stockpile. So their reserves are running a little bit low. And this is the bit I like the most, we can see their technology tree. So we can see that Germany has completed the majority of the mobile warfare doctrine. So now we know for sure that they are doing mobile warfare. We can also see their artillery. So they are basically the same stage that we are militarily, artillery-wise. Armour, they do have the medium tank 3, which we don't. So that's hopefully what we're going to be trying to steal. They have far fewer support companies. They are researching military police. And then infantry equipment, they have got armoured cars and mountaineers, which we don't. So we're either going to steal the armoured cars, we're going to steal the mountaineers, or hopefully we're going to steal the medium tanks. Or possibly the SPGs. And they also have a 100% bonus on 1941 tanks, which, considering it's 1940, they should probably go for fairly soon. Wouldn't an agent with seducer be better when bribing the engineer? I don't think it really matters the order they're in. I think it's just you're assigning 3 operatives. Although when you are deciding this, you are probably going to want to prioritize German Reich nationalities, and then also if they have the appropriate traits. Ooh. He's about to become a linguist. That's going to be good. Infiltrator, nothing. And this guy is 39% of the way to level 2, but again, level 2 is the cap. So I think being a seducer means they are less likely to be detected. Recce Dog has rescue operative abilities. Interesting. Why do you have that? I don't know. And then you're an infiltration. So we have no experts for blueprint stealing, unfortunately. That would have been useful. But they will gain experience in blueprint stealing from this mission. Anyway, I'm going to have to call this stream here, so thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to Jonathan Stern for the follow as well. If you're enjoying this, then be like Jonathan and hit that follow button to get notifications when I'm live again in the future. Which, don't panic, will be at 10 o'clock this evening. I know I'm ending slightly early, but I'll rush off, have something to eat, and we'll continue this at 10 o'clock this evening for a continuation of this game, which has been so far kind of bonkers. It's been way more action than I was expecting when I embarked upon this mission, but we shall be continuing. If you are really enjoying this, then do consider subscribing. It does help the channel out and lets me do more of this kind of content. Or you can, of course, check out the Patreon, which is the best way of supporting the channel. It does give me the best cut of the returns. And as you have noticed, I do tend to take names as a priority from Patreon, and then I use the subscribers. If you want to see more of this kind of content, check out the YouTube. If you want to see the beginning of this game, which has not been streamed, the first 4 episodes are over on YouTube. Go check that out right now. You can find that at youtube.com/MordredViking. Shenanigans happen. It's worth watching. And I also go into a bit more detail about Intel and exactly what you can find out, though we are seeing more of it here. Finally, I have a Discord, which is where the community hangs out. You can find that at the link that Fishy has just put into chat. Thank you very much for that, Fishy. That is where the community hangs out. They're a cool bunch. If you want to hang out with the community, if you want to ask any questions, they're a very knowledgeable group, then that is the best place to do it. I'm also thinking about doing a Heart of Iron multiplayer sometime in the future, possibly next weekend. That will be organised through that Discord, so if you want to be a part of that, if you just want to hang with us, if you want to ask questions, whatever, the Discord is a great place to do that, and it's always just nice to see some new faces over there, so please do come join us. You will be more than welcome. Anyway, that's it from me for now. I will be back 10 o'clock this evening, which is in 40 minutes from now. Until then, goodbye. I should probably raid somebody. Let's go and see who's live. Let's go raid Enigmatic Rose. Oh, no, she's not actually live yet. Okay, let's not live. How about Shenrir? Shenrir is. Yeah, we'll raid Shen. So head over to Shenrir. I would love to see his chat just lit up with notifications of this Viking raid. So let's make our presence well and truly known. Shen is currently playing as Portugal, so you should be able to see a bit more of the Portugal focus tree when you head over there. Thanks everyone for watching. See you in 40 minutes. Bye!